Yeah. Alright, what's up, man? What's up, world? This is the usual suspects. Cannabis Chris, aka Weddle, Vino, Romo, and a special guest that she probably not gonna say nothing, but it's all good. And we smoking on some Black Rhino. Yeah. And this shit is fire. It's like, it has to be an indica, man.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite strains. Now I got it right down in my little book of strains. You have a book where you write down your favorite strains and shit?
I used to, but it became too much to keep up with. I was like, man, fuck it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I just write every single strain. Not just any strain that I've ever had.
Well, you know what it was? Because it was in my early stoner phase, right? So, every time you get really lazy. So I would keep track of it, but then as I started smoking more weed and weed became more part of my routine, I started just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll start out from some stuff that I learned about many would call the American Civil War, and I just found it very interesting. Certain
That the one that was about slavery?
Nah, not really.
What do you mean?
It was actually about the right to secede.
Secede? What is that?
To leave the Union, because it was their constitutional right.
Like as a state?
States, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. States had
So
right.
you're saying this has nothing to do with slavery?
Correct.
Holy shit.
And interesting facts, like tidbits about slavery. I didn't know that there was black people who owned slaves. It was more of a rich thing. And then slavery was already going out the door. It was only like a limited amount of people. And like 75% of the country kind of sided with the Confederates with their right to secede, but for whatever reason, Lincoln didn't want it to separate, so.
Where you get some crazy YouTube video, conspiracy shit?
Oh no, sir! This is from an actual textual.
You have
book.
A book to back this up?
By Lachlan Seabrook.
What? That's the guy wrote it?
Confederate Monuments. Yeah, this is the author.
What's the name of the book?
Confederate Monuments, and then in the subtitle, Why Every American Should Honor Confederate Soldiers and Their Memorials. Oh yeah, because they're like they're patriots in the same way as George Washington and
Patton.
And who's Patton?
General Patton.
General Patton.
Yeah.
Who's General Patton?
General Patton was the Army general in World War II.
Oh, okay.
Ballsy, some bitch is what he was.
Oh, okay. I thought that he was something in the American Revolution. I was like, I don't remember Patton.
Like the Constant Sherman.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, it's just interesting, but it just proves more to the fact that history is written by the victors. Always.
Mm-hmm. The impeachment trial that followed after the Civil War would tell you even more about it.
That's what Vino was saying, that he also was against the bankers, so that's why after he served his purpose, they took him out.
Who talking about? Lincoln?
Yeah, Lincoln
Damn.
was against the bank.
Damn.
This all after he fought vampires and shit.
What?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
I never even saw that movie.
Oh, no, the vampires were the bankers. You don't get it. That's what it was about.
Really?
Yeah, I know how it could.
Damn.
We might as well
Could be,
like
right?
Yeah.
Blood sucking motherfucker.
Hey, Dark Society. Yeah. They were probably doing it back then.
That's what vampires are, bro.
That's what they do with all the wars. They just want the blood of all these scared victims who died from scare. Bro, war battlefields would be the #1 source for adrenaline.
You mean adrenochrome?
You got turned into adrenaline, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. All these men, most of them probably died afraid. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, bro. You can't die calmly unless like you're very sane, and that's probably like they're like, oh, this one doesn't work.
It's crazy, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, what if they got one that was a dude who was like at peace with himself, and when he died, he didn't have that chemical, and so when they drank that one, they're like, it's a botch, and they spent $30,000 on it. That'd be pretty cool, right? Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Some crazy shit, man.
Some next level conspiracy.
Do.
We'll do those on episode 27.
So, and I wanted to mention some badass TV shows, man, because I like historical dramas, and I know you mentioned the Ottoman Empire, but I've been watching Nightfall, the second season, which is about the Knights of Templar, and like it had a king of France, and he had the Pope killed, and just all that shit. It's like wow, like I didn't know a lot of that shit.
Yeah, it's just pretty crazy when you read into it about the Knights of Templar. And the reasons why they got turned on, it's crazy. My theory on why they got turned on was because they were about to take out the church. Whoever was leading it, and then they were about to create Knights of the Templar. You know, the Knights of the Round Table, so to speak. Not
Right.
the Knights of the Templar, but the Knights of the Round Table.
Wait, that's like King Arthur, right?
Yeah.
Is he connected to that?
I think I would believe so. I mean, the theory of that to be able to guard the entire earth with this Knights of the Round Table, because I mean, the Knights of the Templar were some badass motherfuckers.
Right.
As far as an army.
Yeah.
They were the only ones that could be able to go up against an Ottoman army and be able to hold their own. Everybody else couldn't do it.
Damn, I didn't realize that's at the same time, so they fought each other.
Oh yeah, they did in all of the Crusades.
Oh shit.
That's how they used the battle of the Ottomans.
That's what the Crusade was about. Taking back the Holy Land from the brown man.
Right. And it was kind of crazy because there was like an episode, because you know, I feel like I don't know, talking about like things that happen for a reason, but I've been learning about some secret society type stuff, or we like opened my eyes to some stuff.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then on the Nightfall show, there was like an actual Church of Satanists, so like the Templars had to fight some fucking Luciferians and shit. And they were like sacrificing this woman, and they was like, damn.
Well, the Templars got turned on because they realized that's who ran the church. These murderers, these evil, vile people.
Yeah.
It'd be highly possible.
And then they got sent to, apparently where they, once they got turned on, a bunch of them got killed, where the surviving ones went off to Scotland.
Mm.
Yep.
Scottish are some hard motherfuckers every time I read about them. Like they even gave the Danish, the Northmen, they gave them a hard time. Like Vikings couldn't take Scotland.
Nah, this is some hardened fucking people.
Yeah, like England probably, they've been
They
running
had
Scotland forever, right?
issues. I mean, they took over. But
They took over.
eventually gave them independence, just like the Irish. I think so. But I know
Except
they
for North
fucking
Ireland, which is like a slap in the face, right?
Yeah.
Like, because they own that one, but they won't let them, like, it's weird, bro.
It's weird.
Britannia.
I mean, but you gotta remember the British Empire, at one point in its history, the sun never set on it. It was all over the fucking planet.
At least 99% of the planet, right?
Damn near.
Right.
They have colonies everywhere.
So do you think America is equivalent? Not really, because China's so big now, right? Like, I would think.
I think they run the Pacific. I don't think they run anything else other than that. I mean, their only adversary over there in China is Japan and Korea.
But we got more bases and more places, right?
Yeah.
That shit
That's what
rhymes.
they tell you.
That's what they say. That's the narrative.
They always make you believe that China's army is so much bigger, and it's really not. I mean, it's like I told you, for every 10 soldiers, only 6 of them are fully equipped.
Well, you know, and it's crazy because everything that gets made in China is crap. Everything.
Exactly.
So you would assume. Yeah.
Shots fired!
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, and then so I watched that one, Nightfall, and then that's on Netflix. And then there's another show called The Son on Hulu. It is about the first son of Texas, quote unquote. And it's this cat that he got raised by Comanches for like 4 years, and then he became an oil tycoon. And he's from Texas, right? So he had to stave off the Rockefellers and Standard Oil. And
Wait, was it a real individual?
I don't know if he's a real individual. The name of the dude though was
Google it. Tell me Google it.
No,
his son was Peter McCullough. Eli McCullough.
Eli
McCullough. McCull.
OUGH.
Yeah.
ULL.
Use it in a sentence, please.
There you
Eli McCullough shot a lot of Mexicans and killed them.
Apparently, he's a fictional character.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's got to be like, but there's like historical shit that goes on anyway in the show. But that's why it's historical fiction. But it's really interesting, man. You want to read something on it?
Trying to.
And then what's another one? Turn Washington Spies. We talked about that one before. That's about the American Revolution. That's on Netflix. Hell on Wheels is fucking fire. It's about the West. And it's about an ex-Confederate soldier, and he's working on the railroad, and he makes his way up to like the head of, I think, the Union Pacific. He works for one for a while, and then he gets a holding share. And then that one's fire too.
I know. That's what's up.
Yeah, Vikings is another one on Hulu that I'm waiting
Where
on
does it end?
the next
Like,
episode.
what period? Is it like 829, or is it like almost close
Did they
to...
conquer England in this series?
Well, that's what we're waiting. They're going back to like the last.
William the Conqueror's in the series?
William?
The Conqueror?
I don't know. His father is.
Oh, damn.
Rollo, right?
Okay.
Rollo, or is that his?
Well, his dad's gonna get killed right in front of him.
William
Yeah,
Longsword,
his dad's gonna get killed right in front of him. That's why William the Conqueror became such a savage. His parents, his bodyguards, his family, they were all assassinated right in front of him ever since he was a little boy.
And they let him live.
He survived, bro. He had his first body like before he was 10 years old. He had to, bro. They were trying to take him out.
On that show Nightfall, the one who kills the Pope is a kid who his parents were burned to the stake by that Pope, but he was like a bishop or a pastor or whatever he was, because they were Cathars and just a different kind of Christians. Cathars, yeah. The Cathars, yeah. And so he watched them burn. He kept their ashes, and then finally he worked his way up to be the counselor of the King of France.
You know, they say the Cathars are the actual native people of that land.
Really?
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. Like they don't eat meat. They were vegans or something like that.
Yeah.
But they were considered, the Catholic Church considered them like
Heathens.
Yeah, which is some bullshit, bro.
Shit, yeah.
So it was really cool to see like he worked his way up.
They just wanted to take their land, take their shit.
Yeah, for the money, bro.
And you know who I think was backing these Knights?
Templar?
The Orthodox Christians. Is Constantinople in them. Well, before Constantinople was taken over and turned into Istanbul. It was the Western Romans. Was it? Eastern Romans.
The Byzantines?
Yeah, the Byzantine Empire.
Right.
Because afterwards, when the Crusades were over and then the Knights were gone, you started slowly seeing that the Eastern Roman Empire kind of started going downhill. It seemed like, if I read into the history, and I probably am right, I don't know. But we'll see, somebody infiltrated, wasted all their money, and then you see no help come to them. This was a very Christian, place. I mean, they turned all of Russia into their religion just for visiting Constantinople.
Damn.
They turned them all to the Orthodox Christianity. They visited the Vatican and they didn't want any part of it because they knew there were snakes in the grass over there.
Right.
But when they went to Constantinople, they said, and I quote, if God were real and their religion is real, he would live here.
Let me tell you
the
difference between the Western Orthodox and the Eastern Orthodox. This is simple. The Western Orthodox, that's the Roman Church, right? Right. So they want to tell you what to do. They're the ones that they're like, we're your line to God. You have to do what we say because God told us.
We're ordained.
In the Eastern Orthodox, your relationship with God is personal. It's just you and Him. It doesn't really. It doesn't have to do anything with.
There's no middleman.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. There's a story in how Russia came to establish and become the Orthodox Church that it became, and the Tsar was appointed. It was Prince Vladimir of Kiev, and he sent out emissaries everywhere. Sent them out to Western Greece. He sent them out to over there in the Vatican, of course, over there to the Pope and them. He sent them out there to Constantinople. Sent them out there to China. Sent them out there, more to Britain.
And to all corners of the planet.
He just sent them everywhere to see which one they like, and the one that they came back with was the one for the Eastern Orthodox Church. It was the one for Orthodox Christianity, and that's how the Tsar came to be appointed by I think it was King Constantine at that time. I can't remember which one. There's like 11 of them.
Orthodox, doesn't that mean normal? Like regular? So like then the other one would be non-Orthodox. Like technically, right? If one is Orthodox, the other one would be the Vatican is non-Orthodox, which is like not normal.
No. Yeah, I think so.
Right? I mean, that's just my, I don't know.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
With how they allowed Constantinople to be taken over by the Turks. Because they said that there was an army on its way, but I mean, was it really? Did they make false promises to them?
What are the Turks? That's the Turkey, right?
That was the
Ottoman Empire.
Turkish. Or the Ottoman Empire. With Mehmet the Second, Mehmet the Conqueror.
Damn. It's cool that your brain can retain all that information, bro. You write notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go over it.
Yeah, I go over it every now and then. I write it down and I jot down certain points. Certain theories that I have, I jot down myself.
But you're connecting things, right? Like you're trying to connect things.
Clearing space and connecting things throughout history. I feel like if I write them down, it clears out ideas in my head and side where it opens up for more.
That's dope. Yeah, man.
Do you remember that spider web we saw? That's how big. I mean, mine was just that tiny portion. Hopefully, I will get it that big.
Oh yeah. It's like the size of a wall, probably, man.
See, I got like a little corner.
Yeah.
Let's see a whole puzzle to figure out.
Right. I never liked puzzles. Maybe when I was little and there was less pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was over here munching away.
That's what I just did, bro. After the first blunt while y'all were playing, which was a very aggressive match, and we've been discussing
the aggressiveness ever since.
We've been discussing like maybe recording like chess matches and shit because it's pretty fire. Yeah. I'm not a great chess player and I don't practice enough, but it's fun for me, and but it's also very entertaining.
Yeah, it's a good way of
exercising your brain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the little muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw a meme or a picture that had like different brains. Pretty much all brains look pretty much the same. They just some have more like squiggly, like you could tell like the more lines and squiggles is the smarter, the more intelligent, right?
I think
so.
Yeah. You know what?
What's up?
Talking about chess. The number one chess player in the world is a guy from Norway named Magnus Carlsen. If you look at him right here, you know the little like in between his eyebrows, he has a permanent indentation. It's just there forever because probably since he was a kid, he was always like
thinking hard.
Hard as fuck, and he's just stuck there.
He's been concentrating since he was born.
Yeah.
Damn. That's gonna be Romo in 30 years.
I just want to be that casual player. Enjoy it.
Casual player. That's like you could rap. Yeah, I was thinking about doing it because it sounded like you were rapping to the chess rap would be hilarious, bro. One day, when I have the resources.
Yeah.
To make like like studio production or make little like skits and stuff. That shit would be fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to caffeine because I love that motherfucking caffeine.
What else you learned about this week, Chris? You seem to put a lot out.
Yeah, I know you've been on it.
I don't know if we should talk about Tom Hanks, but I think he should start running. Run, Forrest, run!
Well, remember he was the one that caught the.
It's kind of like he's like he did it on purpose, right? To help. To help Keston, right? Like he's a good guy.
Because one of his last tweets was this: like he took a picture of somewhere and it was locked. He goes, "Rats, lost my keys. Where are my keys? Rats." That was his tweet. And you know, remember how cryptic all his tweets are? Man, I feel like if we're talking about this, we need to like update. We need to get the people updated to why Tom Hanks all of a sudden. We're talking about him like this. All right, so this whole thing, the basic premise is Tom Hanks is a pedophile.
Right.
All right, now.
Because he also kind of helped pedophiles put that code.
Yeah.
Took a picture of that code.
Apparently on his Instagram or his Twitter, whatever. If you look at his tweets, they're really weird.
All weird pictures of like a single glove or a single shoe.
Yeah, and then
kids shoe. Oh, and he had an interview where he was like, and then like Conan was like, "You don't touch him, right?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "It might be a crime scene, you never know." And they're just laughing and shit. But one of them has like 6 letters, and on the bottom it's USA. On the top it's something else, other 3 letters. But the dude who I watched the YouTube, he like put into this certain search drive, like not Google, but and he brought up like child pornography type stuff, man.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know, like who knows, like ironic, like that dude Hyde from '70s Show, like he's probably trying to get out of Scientology and stuff.
I don't know if he's trying to get out. Sounds like he's just in trouble now.
Well, maybe, but what's her name? Leah Rhymes said that this is
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini.
Yeah.
I always say Leah and Rhymes.
Two different chicks.
Yeah, 2 different white chicks. I'm kind of racist too, but I love everybody.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm just joking. It's just a joke. So what about y'all? What y'all get into? What y'all been learning or
Dang, so I say he's gonna trail off on that Tom Hanks thing. That's it.
Oh, so Tom Hanks.
I mean, it's really hard to really get anything concrete. A lot of it is basically like, but I mean.
You gotta look at what just happened.
For people in the know, apparently, like what they're saying is that like all the quote unquote like we talked about cryptic tweets and weird shit has all to do with like child trafficking and.
Oh, and then there's pictures.
Satanism and shit like that.
There's pictures of like Ellen and Oprah and like with the house arrest. like having the ink
On
for
their ankles,
house arrest. Yeah, because they're involved.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And you also got to see what I was about to mention was Disney. All the Disney employees that are
They're
getting
getting
caught,
caught.
and
Man.
arrested.
Well, this one motherfucker only got like 6 years for for something he should probably get the death penalty for. But I'm not God. You know, I can't. But, you know, he's a piece of shit. That dude, not God. I love God. God is awesome. But the dude got caught. I mean, at least it's a good thing he got caught.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's positive that a lot of these fuckers are getting caught.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that's one, you know, 2020 is not so bad after all.
No, sir. Well, see, from where you were on Saturday to where you were now.
I'm like 180.
Yeah.
180 degrees, like, and that's what, like, all right. So the like, let's talk about the Aunt Jemima thing. Yesterday, I was like, you know, it's not a big deal. Who cares? But then I saw this thing that was talking about how like she was paid, she was a real person, and now they're kind of like erasing her from history. So like I see both sides, and I'm not one to say I will admit when I've been proven wrong, right? And I think that's important because a lot of people.
You think everybody will?
No, not everybody.
You think a lot of people are into that cognitive what is it?
Cognitive dissonance.
There you go.
Yeah, when they, because they're so, and that's what happening with older people.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's interesting because they're getting upset about it for different reasons. Like they're just like, oh, they're changing everything from when we were kids. What's the point and all that? But and then I also like think, you know, change is the only constant. Like that's the only thing that's promised is change. So I think you just gotta like be like what was his name? Bruce Lee.
What did he say?
Be like the water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Be formless.
Yeah,
like,
be yeah.
Just let that shit like flow.
Be fluid, you know.
Be
Yeah,
fluid.
none of your thoughts should be concrete. You know, every one of your thoughts. If you're presented with evidence that goes against that preconceived thought, you should be able to accept that and be able to change your mind like a reasonable person.
Right.
Instead of saying, no, that can't be true. I was raised with this ideology and I refuse to change my mind.
Right.
Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Exactly.
I feel you.
There's another show that's helped me be enlightened called the Midnight Gospel to Cartoon series by Duncan Trussell, where he interviews people. And on the last episode, he interviews his mom. His mom's a psychologist. Yeah, it's really cool. And it kind of showed me another way to meditate when she was like, you focus on the inside of your hand. Or first you focus on the inside of your finger, right? And then you spread that to your hand and then your arm, and then you try to do it in your body. And just focusing on that, the way she described it, you could feel like some kind of energy flow. So I'm going to try that. But the cartoons are trippy as fuck, and they're funny and they're interesting. And then somebody else put me on to spirit science.
The YouTube channel.
Yeah. Also, what's his name? What's that? Santos. When I learned about
Santos Bonacci.
Yeah.
Shout out to Santos Bonacci,
that's a gangster.
bro.
And I learned that there's a lot of shit in the I saw this one dude who was in the court, because the way the court system is set up is just like, I don't know how to describe it, man. But they don't really have the right to do the things, and you have a right to not be tried. And I don't have the ability to reproduce what I heard him say, but there's a lot of things about the court system that match the church system in terms and how it actually goes through and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember he was probably one of the first dudes I got, like I told you, he was one of the first I got into on this whole journey. You know,
Yeah.
right after I taken my mushroom trip.
How did you discover him?
YouTube.
What did you were just searching woke?
Yeah, I was looking for conspiracy shit, you know what I'm saying? And, like we all do, you know, we love to do.
Yeah.
And
essentially, we all start with different things.
Yeah.
Like, that was your entrance.
And I came across his courses, and the one I came across, the one he usually does in all his lectures is about the circle. And about how the wave and how that's everything. That's how they used to tell time. That's how they broke up the calendar. That's how they count the zodiac. But it's
haven't
really
seen
cool.
that one.
Yeah, he basically connected almost so many conspiracies all in just that freaking circle thing that he did. You know?
You seen it?
Mm-mm.
And then I must have watched 10 of those lectures from him, bro. But yeah, I could tell that because he spoke so much truth about what's going on, with the pedophilia and this and that, and in Australia, that shit's pretty big, man. A lot of people will tell you that Australia is the #1 pedophile haven in the
Really?
world. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is. And And so this guy was putting that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Putting that out there.
But this is early on. This is like 2010.
Yeah. So
so he didn't have much backup at that time.
And people at that point, that was still like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
It's my phone. It's
Ooh, I got scared. Alright, so anyhow, so because he was saying shit, they found an excuse to throw him in jail, and in jail they probably fucked with him, bro, because he came out and you could see that he was just angry at the sister. Like, and I was like, that's what they wanted you to do, bro. Like, they wanted you to go from informing the people to just talking shit now.
Yeah.
You know, but I understand why. I get why he went like that. You know what I'm saying? He was a little hermit who came out of his cave to try and help people out, and you know he felt that the system obviously system don't like that shit, bro. But you know.
So they found a way to get him in there.
Yeah, threw him in jail.
Through all the tricks and stuff.
He came out, he just angry. I mean, he still got all that woke shit, but you know, he's just pissed off now. But that's what they wanted him. They threw him off. You know, they riled him up.
That's what they are. So there's an article by PBS that was saying that because of high stress levels on Black Americans or melanated. I like to say melanated because this black lady told me that's what she likes to say, melanated. She's trying not to say black anymore. She's like she was real woke, this older lady, and me and her talk about like different things, conspiracies and stuff. But because of high stress, that black people are more susceptible to COVID and stuff like that. And so it's like it seems like that's what the media, that's what all these sources kind of trying to rile everybody up, and I think that lowers your immunity. It makes you more susceptible to any kind of sickness, you know. So it's just more. I wish there was more focus on peace, tranquility, calmness. Yeah, bro. But and then spirit animals, bro. Like I've been seeing like some red cardinals by my house, and then a while back I talked about it, but I had a dream about a grizzly bear, chilling in my backyard, and I was like not afraid, but I was like, oh shit, like I know he wasn't fucking with me, he was just chilling, eating or something, sitting down. But on this show, The Sun, there was an episode called The Bear, and it's pretty dope. Yeah. So I want to start looking into like spirit animals and see what the bear represents, you know. And
what they come out of me?
I haven't done any research yet. Cause yours is a lion, right?
Yeah.
Romo, what is yours? Do you know?
Mine's a Leo.
You don't know yet.
What?
Like a wolf. Leo? Wolves are cool, or an eagle. Eagles are fucking dope. Hawks. You know the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
It's like their mouths, isn't it?
No.
One's like more like a V, the other one's like rounded
That's
off.
what they always say, but from what it's the legs, bro. Like the alligators are all chubby and they got these short legs and they're like kind of slow from at first, but the crocodiles are like skinny and shit. And they be running and shit.
I'll Google search what it meant with that bear spirit animal.
Alright, what's that?
It said it symbolizes dominion and authority and being larger than life. It signifies respect the laws of boundary and standing tall against adversity.
That's cool.
Bears also speaks about protection and commitment.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. Cause a bear was never like my favorite animal. Like my dad always called me monkey. Cause when I was a kid, I would jump on the bed. And then they're like, why you always jumping on the bed? Like, are you a monkey? I was like, yeah, I'm a monkey. I told my aunts that from Mexico. So ever since then, they call me monkey. So I thought maybe my spirit animal's a monkey. But I don't really dream about monkeys. I've just learned recently that the apes and monkeys don't like each other. That's fucking crazy.
You should read the Jungle Book. I think
the legit Jungle Book.
I think I talked about it on a prior podcast about how real that book actually is, and like the real life lessons you get from the laws of the jungle in there. Because I mean, the laws of the jungle are pretty much the laws of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's pretty cool. I recommend you check it out. You might there's a bear in there, so maybe him, you know, that bear will give you some inspiration. Mm-hmm. I got inspired in that book by the story about the mongoose. If you read the book, which I hope you do, you'll come across a story about a mongoose. It's really good. You know?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get that shit, bro. That's what's up. Are you reading the books right now?
Reading which ones?
Are you reading any books in particular? Like you read multiple books, right?
I try to.
Instead of just one at a time.
I try. You know, I try to stay on some like some of that trippy shit, but I also try to stay on some of that just regular entertain your brain type shit.
To keep a balance.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like lately, what I listen to while I'm at work is I listen to history podcasts. You know, like I learned all about the Mongols. I learned all about the one I was learning about right now is about America and how during World War I and World War II, we sort of had to confront that, like, we're not this revolutionary country, because what we're doing now is we're quelling revolutions. Now we're just some attack dog, you know.
The opposite of what we started off
as.
as.
Basically.
Wow.
Basically. You know, it's like the saying from The Dark Knight Rises or The Dark Knight. You either live long, you either die the hero, or you live long enough to see yourself.
Oh, is that where that's from?
Yeah.
Who says it?
The Harvey Dent says it to Bruce Wayne.
My favorite is I want to do Tom Hardy's voice, Bane. You're like, you were born in the darkness. No. You were made in the darkness. I was born in the darkness, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Born in it, bred by it. Yeah. It's dude.
Bro, that movie, my dad bought that trilogy, bro.
I did too, fool.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm looking for, bro, right now that all the theaters have nothing to show, I'm hoping some of these theaters throw a Dark Knight trilogy in there. I'll go see that bitch.
They released the trailer for the Snyder Cut.
They did?
I didn't watch it, but it shows like
Show me.
You sure right now?
No, I mean, it'll ruin the podcast.
Yeah. But it looks cool. It's like it shows like I just saw like a little beginning. It's like Wonder Woman like with the light, and she's looking at some ancient something I don't know.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty interesting. I need to watch it.
What's the time?
31 minutes.
It's not bad at all, bro. What y'all want to do now? Y'all want to?
See, look, I want to get some legit feedback on we should do the chess thing. A little bonus thing. We can make it a regular thing. Like every other, we could, like at the end of every episode, there's a bonus thing.
So you want to try it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, do we really want to do this?
Do we want to do this?
I'm down.
I'm pretty high.
I mean, are we gonna have to set this up, or do you want to try?
Yeah, we gotta set the chessboard up again. Maybe next episode.
Okay.
See, get some feedback.
But you think we could do it on the phone?
We could. I could talk shit on the phone.
We could.
On the phone. Yeah, I asked her.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be on Twitter.
Just say, yeah.
We're still gonna have this match though, right?
Do you want to see? We could, yeah, fine. Alright, you want to keep going or you want to go to rap?
You got any topics?
No, on top of my head right now. I'm in the clouds right now.
Me too,
I was
bro.
listening to everything you were saying.
Yeah, man, I just want to send positive energy to positive people.
Man, you got to right now. It's so negative. Everything on the media is just so fucking, man.
I mean, we could try to help negative people be positive, but if it's gonna make negative on your life, then you kind of just gotta let it go.
Exactly. Don't give these energy vampires any time.
Fucking
Be like Lincoln.
suckers.
Be like Lincoln. Slash.
Killing vampires and shit.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what, episode 17?
Supposedly, right?
We'll be back soon, motherfuckers. Bruh. Peace.
Yeah.
One love.